Hi guys, how are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in to our live YouTube. I'm super excited to be here with you guys. Guys, we are given a free gift with all purchases of 65 and up. Free shipping when you spend 100. Shopping at verdantlyfe.com. We do specialize in shipping houseplants nationwide to all 50 states, and we have quite a selection of carnivorous plants, as you can see here, which is something I want to talk to you guys about. So carnivorous plants, these are all organic pesticide solutions. So no toxicity. Typically when we're trying to get rid of any pests, we have to use chemicals. So this is a non-chemical solution that you can go ahead and consider. Carnivorous plants, they are great little hunters. They catch lots of things like mosquitoes, fruit flies, gnats, fungus gnats, all kinds of stuff. So if you are looking for an all organic pest solution, something that is also going to beautify your space, then I really want you to consider carnivorous plants. And there's different types of carnivorous plants that we do offer here at Verdant Lyfe. This first type of carnivorous plant that I'm going to go ahead and spotlight, this is my gorgeous Nepenthes Gaia. This is known for its pitfall trap mechanism. And the pitfall, it's actually like a little sliding trap right here. It's such a cool plant. And the Nepenthes Gaia, it has a fluid on the inside. This one's still developing and growing. It hasn't even opened up yet. But look at all of this amazing growth here. And the Nepenthes Gaia, it attracts the prey because of its beautiful, vibrant colors. And it's got a very sweet nectar on the inside of the carnivorous plant. And that is also the digestive enzyme of the plant. So when a little insect comes right here around the base, it's actually a very slippery place for these insects. So when it does land here, it's gonna fall and slip on the inside, and possibly gonna, try to get out. It's gonna, do what it can, but then it's gonna tire itself out and it's very likely gonna drown. And eventually it's going to become nourishment for the carnivorous plant, for the Nepenthes Gaia, which is such a gorgeous plant. And I do have this in my 6-inch hanging moss ball planter. Absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. I love, love, love this. And I really think that out of the carnivorous plants that we do offer here, I think that this is a great starter plant. So if you're curious about carnivorous plants, or if this is maybe your first time ever trying to get into this niche, I recommend you guys start with a pitcher plant. I love the pitcher plant as a first time plant for somebody, because I think that it's a little easier versus some of the other carnivorous plants. So definitely look into our pitfall traps, which are all the Nepenthes. We do have 5 different types of pitcher plants. The one here is the Gaia. We also have Miranda, which I'll show you. We also have the Nepenthes sanguinea. We also do have the Nepenthes elata, and we also do have, who is it that I always forget? There's always this one that I forget. What the heck is her name? I'm gonna remember. It'll come to me. But check out our different selection of pitcher plants. And again, this is the Nepenthes Gaia. She's a super hottie. And one thing that I love Mother Nature so much, because look at this little hood that it has. So in its natural habitat, like the rainforest, the swampy area, when it does rain a lot, this is actually acting like an umbrella and preventing the excess water from diluting the digestive enzyme, because when you do dilute the digestive enzyme of the carnivorous plant, it's not going to be able to go through the process of digestion as effectively. So Mother Nature just continues to wow me. And guys, let's pay attention to this little growth right here. Like, look at that. Look at those little babies. Look at that right there. And over time, you will notice that your plant's just going to continue to get bigger. So you got to repot her. Like I recommend like every 6 months, maybe a year, depending on how big the planter is. This 6-inch Cocodama moss ball is possibly one of my absolute favorite planters. We also do have them in a 4-inch, by the way. But don't say I never taught you guys anything. Look at that. Like, look at how beautiful. Look at that. It's just stunning. And again, that is my Gaia. She's super pretty. All right, the next carnivorous plant that I want to show you guys is the Nepenthes sanguinea. So the Nepenthes sanguinea, also known for its slider trap, aka pitfall trap, this is now more on the green side. So if you're a fan of the color green, if you are a fan of, you know, all beautiful things green, just like I am, and you really want to get a carnivorous plant that maybe is not red, right? Check the sanguinea, because oh my God, you guys, when she gets bigger, it's so amazing. And actually, I kind of want to show you what she does look like when she is a little bit bigger. So let's go to the greenhouse quickly. We'll probably come back here, but let's go to the greenhouse and we're going to see what the Nepenthes sanguinea looks like when she is a bit more mature. And again, we are talking about carnivorous plants. These are pet-friendly plants, all organic, pest solution, and they're just so cool. I really think carnivorous plants are underrated and not a lot of people know about them. So I'm super passionate, and this is the baby. Look at the baby, so cute. And this is what it could look like if you take good care of her. But look at those beautiful pictures. Look how gorgeous she is. She just really continues to impress me. Hi, yes, this is a pitcher plant. Hi, Elliot VR, how are you? Hi, Fam FN, how's everything going? Super hello, super hi. How's everybody? But yeah, this is my Nepenthes sanguinea. And again, this is a little baby one right here. And look how cool. Like, these cascade so gorgeously. That's why I recommend the moss ball. Now this is the 4-inch. Out there in the lobby, you and I just looked at the 6-inch. So this is a little smaller. Does the same trick. Does a very good job. And as you can see, we have a lot of growth here. And this has been in here, I think now for like 2 months, and she was a nursery. Obviously, I do have her in a controlled environment. So if you're gonna have her indoor, consider a couple of things. Consider making sure that your carnivorous plant is exposed to some reliable light source. I have some indoor grow lights right here, and I have them on an automatic timer, so they're not on 24/7, but I definitely make sure that they're on probably like 10 hours out of the day. But a rule of thumb for carnivorous plants, they need about 6 hours of bright light. If they're going to be outdoor, try to make sure that they are not outside when, you know, the sun is at its hottest point, right? Because like during the hours of like 11:30 to 2 o'clock p.m., I think that is a very harsh sun. So if you can be strategic in where you're going to place your carnivorous plants in general, that's going to be the best thing for you. Make sure they're in partial shade, especially during the harshest points of the day. And you guys know that I'm in South Florida, here in Broward County. It's literally summer 52 weeks a year. So it's always hot here. Even on Christmas Day, I'm like sweating, opening up my Christmas presents. But be strategic with your placing. And again, that's my Nepenthes sanguinea. I'm gonna go ahead and now spotlight the Miranda. So Miranda, she kind of looks a little bit like her cousin, the Gaia, but I'm gonna put them next to each other so you guys can see the difference. You see, she's a little more yellow versus her cousin, the Gaia. The Gaia's got more dominantly red characteristics. Yeah, this is the Nepenthes Miranda, also a good first-time plant for those of you if you're, you know, learning a little bit more and you want to try to start a carnivorous collection and you don't know what plant might be a good one to begin with. I recommend the Nepenthes Miranda. Oh my God, you guys, look how gorgeous her growth is. And look at this little baby. She's so pretty. We got another little baby pitcher growing right here, another right here. So this one does very well, and the pitcher plants in general, they give you lots of pups, lots of babies. So if you like propagating, if you like sharing plants with your friends, with your family, you guys are gonna be so obsessed with the pitcher plants because they propagate beautifully. Like, that's the understatement. But yeah, look at that, it's so pretty. And I wanna show you guys a Miranda that's a little bit more brighter with her color because she's a little older. And it's so cool to see the different phases of your carnivorous plants and to really see how they evolve. So here's the Miranda. You see how she's spent a little bit more, she's a little older, and you see how she's got a very red defined rim. That's because she's older and she's had a little more time to marinate in that sun. But look at this new growth that we're getting here. Absolutely love, 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 love the Miranda. I also have another pitcher plant. Now this one's fully red, okay? This is the Nepenthes Ladyluck. And this was actually the one that I was like drawing a blank outside, and I was like, what's the name of that plant? So this is the other one. This is the Nepenthes Ladyluck. If you are a fan of the color red fam, then get yourself the Ladyluck. Amazing. And I just love that this supposedly attracts luck and good fortune. So if you need a little bit of that and you need also some pest control in your life, you got to get one of these for yourself. All right, very, very important. And this specific one that I'm showing you guys is in the 6-inch. So what I'm going to do, just so we can see a little bit of contrast here and difference, I'm very visual, and I'm sure a lot of you are, especially if you're on YouTube. So 6-inch, and this is the 4-inch. Okay, so we can definitely see a little bit of a difference in size there. So just so you guys can see. But I think either way, the 4-inch or the 6-inch, it does the trick. It really does a great job. And again, the pitchers love to cascade so beautifully. So if you're going to put them in a planter, maybe consider getting a taller planter, so that way they're not going to have their pitchers touching the ground or the floor. All right, so those are some things to consider. But I think that the moss ball just is such a great way to display your plant, and also you don't have to repot it for like 6 months to a year. So just saying. And again, this is my Nepenthes Ladyluck. How pretty is she? She's gorgeous. Okay. I do have one other pitcher plant that I would like to show you guys. So you guys know how I was talking about taller planters. So this is a little bit of a taller plant right there for me. Right, this planter right here. So this is my Alata. Look what she looks like as a little baby. She's still kind of like green at the bottom. She's got her little digestive enzyme there. But let's look at her when she's a little bigger. That's what I really like to show you guys. So here, look at my Alata. Look how pretty she is, guys. Look at these pictures. Just so amazing looking. So again, you guys can see the potential that these plants can get to be. And each pitcher, and I've done some research, they can get to be about 2 feet tall. That's 24 inches tall. That's crazy. And actually in their natural habitats, sometimes they eat more than just insects, by the way. What does that mean? That means they can eat little lizards, mice, rats, iguanas, like a lot of things. So I've done some research to see like what kind of animals can be consumed by these pitcher plants. Tree frogs, toads, frogs, like it really depends. And another thing that I found very interesting was the relationship that some carnivorous plants have with animals in their natural habitat. For example, the pitcher plant, as I told you, it has a digestive enzyme. And in the rainforest, you know, it's also going to have a little bit of water in there. And in some parts of the world, these pitcher plants are called monkey cups. Pretty cool, right? So monkeys, yeah, like legit monkeys, like in the forest, you guys. Monkeys actually will take the pitcher, they will drink what's inside to hydrate themselves, but an added bonus, they're getting additional protein because of those nutrients from those insects. So it's a really cool relationship that the monkey has with the carnivorous Nepenthes pitcher plants. So do a little bit of research, you'll enjoy, I think, what you learn. And also, you'll notice that the leaves, depending on the species, some of the leaves are more dominantly red. You'll notice different colors with your Nepenthes. So if you guys love Nepenthes, check out what I got in stock. Go to verdantlyfe.com, and we are giving a free gift when you do spend $65 or more, and I'll even cover the shipping if you spend $100 in store. So remember, we ship nationwide, even if you're in Alaska, Wyoming, Texas, wherever you are. I'm gonna get your plant to you. We'll handle the shipping if your order is $100. Cool. And you get a free gift, by the way, which is the pink quill. And the pink quill is one of my favorite plants here at the shop. I love it because definitely like the Verdant Lyfe colors. If you don't know what the pink quill looks like, I'll see if I can show it to you in a little bit, okay? But we just got a lot of baby bug bats in. All of my bug bats were sold out for so long, and I was thinking to myself, like, oh my God, how long is it gonna take for these little guys to grow? Because, I gotta be patient. I can't really like rush the growing process and be like, hey, I need you to grow. I need you to get bigger quickly, please, because I got like 100,000 people that want to buy you. Yeah. So look, guys, look at my babies. Oh my God, how beautiful are they? Now these get to be 2 feet tall, possibly bigger depending on their environment. But as they develop, as they get older, they're going to develop a very pretty red color, like what I'm about to show you. So over here, I hope you guys can see this. A few weeks ago, made this terrarium. And this is the bug bat as well, but she's starting to get those pretty red tones. You see that? So she's going to get fatter, she's going to get thicker, and she's going to really develop a very beautiful deep red. This is one of my terrarium projects that I did with our carnivorous quad bundle. You get 4 unique carnivorous plants, and this was a terrarium that I purchased at Hobby Lobby because I wanted to do something fun and creative. And you can make all kinds of creative things with your own terrarium. And remember that we do also carry 2 great terrarium carnivorous kits here at Verdant Lyfe. So if you're looking for something as a gift idea, maybe you're already trying to get some inspiration for the upcoming holiday months, and you just kind of want to, make a checklist or figure out what's a great gift to get somebody, I want to make a recommendation. Check out the Fierce Forest. This is something that you assemble in the comfort of your home. I send you all of the supplies that you need, the glass bubble. You're going to also receive the little stones. This is the base, the foundation, and it also does allow for proper drainage. And we send you the sphagnum moss, which we already hydrate the moss with distilled water. So by the way, if you do get a terrarium or any carnivorous plant in our catalog, please use distilled water or rainwater only. Very important. There's many harsh chemicals in bottled water, tap water, like there's just so much going on, So please, please, please do not use tap water for your beautiful carnivorous plants, all right? And inside here, we've got the Purpurea, the Venosa Red, which she's getting nice and big. Here I've got my little Venus flytrap. It's growing there. And I also got a pink sundew in the mix right there. So I've got the best of all 3 worlds. I've got the snap trap, I've got the sticky trap, which is the sundew, and I got the Venosa, which is the slider trap. So we got everything that we need here. And this is the Fierce Forest terrarium kit. Go to verdantlyfe.com, get the Fierce Forest. You're gonna have so much fun assembling this in the comfort of your own home, I promise you. It's such a great activity for you to do, whether it's with someone else or if it's by yourself, you know? So Fierce Forest Terrarium Kit. The other terrarium kit that I absolutely am loving is the Carnivorous Kingdom, the little bog. So this is a little bit of a different presentation, also a terrarium, but it has a wider opening. So they're going to be growing a little bit differently versus in the terrarium, but we have both of these options because they're quite popular, and you can pick the color that you want. So we have either the green option or we do have a red option. So we have green carnivorous plants and we have red carnivorous plants. So you guys take your pick. You guys let me know which one you like. And remember, this is something that you will assemble in the comfort of your own home. This is made out of glass. We package everything extremely carefully to guarantee that it does make it safely to its final destination. We also will provide to you the hydrated sphagnum moss. And look how healthy that moss is. Look at these beautiful colors that it's starting to develop. That tells me that the moss is very healthy and that there's a lot of life that's just happening here. We got our little butterwort, which if you look closely, we got a little baby flower that's in the making. Probably gonna bloom in a couple days. Super cute. I've got a Venus flytrap here that's doing really well. And I also have a Sarracenia bug bat that she's just starting to get really tall. And look at those funky shapes. Look at just how she's trying to reach the light. So cool. And at home, if you guys have your carnivorous plants indoor and it's facing a certain direction, do please make sure that you rotate them every so often, just so that they are not growing like to one side too much or vice versa. So that's just some little tips that I want to give you guys. All right, over here, this is a little custom arrangement that I created. And over here, I've got a bunch of different kinds of plants. Here, the ones that look like these little flowers, they're like floret looking designs, I would say. This is the Purpurea Sarracenia venosa red. She is very well known for her venomous red color. And the color red, it does lure in the prey. And if you guys look closely, you guys will see these little sensors right here. And these little sensors are so amazing, and they actually like kind of trip up the insects, because when they land here and when they try to crawl, it actually makes them like slide into the carnivorous trap, which is super fascinating. But just look at the size of these. And the venosa red, it gives you a stunning, and when I say stunning, I do mean that, a stunning flower. Like, it's going to give you a flower that you're going to be like, what? I didn't even know how gorgeous this flower could be. So if you love flowers, if you love carnivorous plants, if you like exotic plants, get the Purpurea venosa red, the Sarracenia. You're going to love it. I promise you. You are going to be so happy that you invested in this plant. And these plants get to be very big and they grow wide. You're going to love this plant, I promise. And again, that's the Purpurea Sarracenia venosa red, available at verdantlyfe.com. You can go to the link in my bio, verdantlyfe.com. We do spell that verdantlyfe.com. All right. And again, that's my Purpurea venosa, and it's just growing extremely beautifully. I'm super happy about that. And we do custom orders too, guys. So if you have an idea for a special arrangement, you know, holidays are coming up. A lot of people do custom orders, especially around this time of year. We can do it. If it's not on the website, we can make it happen for you. So just send us a message, hello@verdantlyfe.com, and we'll go ahead and handle that for you. We also are now doing corporate gifting. So if at your company you want to show your employees, your colleagues, your clients a special detailed way of gifting them something, consider our corporate gifting options. You can go to verdantlyfe.com, you'll see that in the top menu, and you reach out to us and we'll go ahead and customize something very beautiful for you. We're super excited because Starbucks actually reached out to us, and I love Starbucks for what they are doing for their employees. So Starbucks, they hit us up and they're like, hey, we want to show our employees how much we appreciate them. And we have a ton of coffee plants. So they have ordered so many coffee plants from us, and we have sent them to their employees, and they have been just doing so great. The employees are super happy with this little token of appreciation from Starbucks. It's just a really sweet gesture, I think, and somebody gifting you something like that, a company you work for or a company you do business with, I just think it's such a very detail-oriented gesture, and I love that. So I just want to announce that we are doing corporate gifting, and if you're looking for gifts for him or for her, we also have some great selections. So be sure to check our website, verdantlyfe.com. And if you don't know what to give, consider a gift card. A gift card is a way for them to choose what plants they really do want. Okay, so again, if you're figuring things out, holidays are starting to approach, and you're like, what am I gonna get Aunt Susie? Aunt Susie likes plants, but oh my God, she has every plant in the world. Get her a gift card. Easy. And our gift card is virtual, so they'll be able to have access to it immediately, and they will be able to order their plant of choice. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, we got all this stuff. We got it all. So anyways, guys, I do want to thank all of you for your attention, for participating in our live here on YouTube. Friday, I'm going to be doing a giveaway, by the way. So tune in. Last Friday, I gave away a green Venus flytrap to someone who lives in Naples. Kathy is her name, and she actually DM'd me yesterday or this morning, and she sent me a picture of her carnivorous plant and how it arrived, and she had a few questions for me, which I answered her via DM, but we were so excited that she received her plant. So that next winner might be you. And guys, if you want to learn more about Verdant Lyfe, go to our website, sign up for our newsletter. We always have different specials, different promotions, clearance items, lots of interesting things, but you only will find out if you're subscribed to our newsletter. So get on it, get it, and don't say I never taught you anything, okay? And I want to just tell each and every one of you, you matter. You are important. You are special. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. And we can learn so many things from plants. Plants can really be our best teachers. So if you're ever in a situation and you just want to be like understanding life a little bit better, spend some time with a plant. If you see a plant that needs to be pruned, life lesson right there. If there's any pruning we might need to do in our personal lives, sometimes we got to cut off those dead parts so that we can have new promoted growth. So much we can learn about plants, really. Plants need light, they need love, they need maintenance just as we do. So allow plants to be your teacher. Allow plants to speak to you. Sometimes you might notice that a plant is outgrown its home. That happens to us too. What happens when we outgrow a space? We need more room to thrive and grow. Plants teach us these things. So pay attention to what your plants are telling you. And if you guys like this live, continue to follow us. And I will see you guys on Friday. I go live Fridays at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see you guys. Thank you so much for being here, for your support, and share this live with some of your plant besties. And if you guys are trying to win some plants, go to my Instagram right now. I'm actually doing a giveaway. It's pinned on my Instagram profile. So if you're trying to win a free plant, check out the gram. I'm going to announce the winner on Halloween Day, which is a Friday. So check that out. I am giving away a Hoya plant. Hoyas are so awesome. If you don't know about the Hoya, what are you doing? Google it. Find out about it. You're going to love the Hoya. And it's a heart, by the way. So check out the gram, because I got the giveaway going on right now for Verdant Lyfe. Like, follow, and subscribe for more. I will see you guys in the next episode.